helped me to reach 2,000 subscribers. I found the box by accident. It was buried beneath old photo albums and Christmas ornaments in the attic, a small wooden chest with brass corners and a tarnished lock that had long since stopped working. I wasn't looking for secrets. I was looking for a hammer. But secrets have a way of finding you when you're least ready to meet them. When I opened the lid, the faint scent of lavender and aged paper floated up. Inside, there were neatly stacked envelopes, bound with a pale blue ribbon. My wife's handwriting covered them, the same looping, elegant script she used on every grocery list and birthday card. Each envelope was addressed to the same name, Daniel. 30 letters. 30 years. My stomach clenched. The first envelope was dated 1995, the year we got married. I ran my thumb along the edge, feeling the dryness of time between my skin and the paper. I shouldn't read them, I told myself. But curiosity and dread often wear the same face. The first letter began softly. Dear Daniel, I dreamed of you again last night. You were still 21, still laughing the way you used to when you thought no one was watching. I wonder if you ever think of me when it rains. My throat tightened. I read the second, then the third. Each letter spoke of longing, of regret, of a life unlived. She spoke of our children, too, but always through the filter of what could have been. Tom looks just like you would have, I think. You would have loved him. My hands trembled. I dropped the letters, the blue ribbon unraveling as if freeing the ghost inside. I sat on the attic floor, surrounded by 30 years of love that wasn't mine. That night, when Laura came home, I couldn't speak. She hung her coat on the rack, humming softly, the same tune she always hummed when she was happy or when she was hiding something. I watched her from the kitchen doorway, her movements calm, practiced. Finally, I said, "Who's Daniel?" Her smile faltered. For a moment, silence filled the space between us, thick and cold. I found the letters. I said, "In the attic." She leaned against the counter, eyes glistening but steady. You read them. I read enough. My voice cracked. 30 years, Laura, 30 years of pretending. They were never sent, she said quietly. I wrote them to let go, not to keep him. Then why keep them? She didn't answer right away. She walked to the window, looking out at the garden she loved, the one we built together stone by stone. Because forgetting him felt like erasing a part of myself, she whispered. He was my first love. Before everything, before you, before this life. Writing those letters was how I stopped myself from doing something worse. I wanted to shout, to accuse, to make her feel what I felt. But her words struck deeper than any scream could. So every time you smiled at me, I said slowly, every anniversary, every birthday, you were writing to him. Tears welled in her eyes. No, Mark. I was writing to the memory of him, to the version of me that might have been with him. You were the real life. He was the ghost. I shook my head. You don't get to make that distinction. The air between us thickened with everything left unsaid. The hum of the refrigerator sounded like thunder in the silence. Days passed in a haze. We moved around the house like strangers, our conversations mechanical. I caught her glancing at me sometimes, like she wanted to speak, to bridge the gap, but I didn't let her. Late one night, I went back to the attic. I reread the last letter. It was dated 3 months ago. Dear Daniel, I saw your obituary today. I didn't think it would break me, but it did. Maybe I kept writing because I couldn't say goodbye. Maybe I never stopped loving the idea of you. I hope you found peace. Maybe now I can too. The paper blurred as my vision swam. She hadn't betrayed me with touch or presence. She betrayed me with memory. And somehow, that felt worse. When I returned downstairs, Laura was sitting on the couch, awake, a blanket around her shoulders. Her eyes were red. You read the last one, didn't you? She asked softly. I nodded. I burned the rest, she said. Yesterday, while you were at work. They were my ghosts, and I don't want them haunting us anymore. I searched her face, trying to see whether this was love or guilt, whether her tears belonged to Daniel or to me. You could have told me, I said. She nodded. I was afraid you'd see me differently. I do, I said, but maybe that's a truth we needed. We sat in silence, the distance between us not yet bridged but not impossible either. Her hand moved toward mine, trembling, hesitant. I didn't take it. Not yet. But I didn't move away either. Outside, the rain began to fall, soft and rhythmic, like forgiveness slowly forming.